So, I've been gone for a few months. I've been busy with finals and school, but now it's finally summer and I'll be uploading regularly. Just a little sneak peek of videos I have on the way for the channel. I have a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure video in the works, an anime drip video in the works, and I'm currently watching Yu Yu Hakusho. So you can be sure that I'll have a review video on this series in the works soon. And just between me and you, I freaking love Yu Yu Hakusho. So now that we got that update on the channel out of the way, let's get into the reason why we're here. One Piece. This Wano arc has been insanely exciting for any One Piece fan. Not only are we seeing crazy fights between Luffy's crew and the Yonkos, we're also getting an insane amount of lore information. We've learned about Rock's pirates, Nico, and so much more. I don't doubt that Wano is probably many fans' favorite arc, which is why I want to take the time to talk about what I feel like is one of the best arcs in the series. I recently just caught up with the most current chapter, which is 1052 at the time of this video. And just for reference, before I caught up with One Piece, I was around the area when Luffy had just gotten knocked off of Onigashima and found by Law's crew, which is around 30 chapters ago. So, it is safe to say my mind is now officially blown after reading these new chapters. And I just gotta say, Oda gotta be pulling a Ratatouille or something, because I refuse to believe that it's just this one man that is orchestrating a crazy amazing story like this. There's gotta be some mastermind in the shadows secretly controlling everything. Maybe this is what Oda is trying to tell us through Im. No? Do I sound crazy? A little bit? Okay, never mind. But seriously though, Oda is a master at his craft, and I have no doubt this manga will be passed down through generations because the story is just that good. Now, on to the first thing I want to talk about, which is obviously Gear 5 Luffy. Now, we all knew Luffy needed a power up to beat Kaido, and I love how Oda introduced it. Luffy's power up isn't solely because of plot armor or main character syndrome. In fact, it was deemed that Luffy lost his fight against Kaido for a while. Something I wish I was around for so that I can see how the fandom reacted to this, but again, I was busy with school. But I can imagine how panicked the fandom probably was. But Luffy's Gear 5 power up is a combination of a couple things all previously established in the series. Gear 5 is the awakened form of Luffy's Gomu Gomu Devil Fruit. An awakened devil fruit is basically a fruit that not only affects the user, but the environment around the user. We know this because it was explained to us by none other than Doflamingo in the Dressrosa arc. We all knew Luffy's Gomu Gomu would awaken at some point, and this fight against Kaido was the perfect time to do so. This power-up Luffy received was a combination of planning plus opportunity. It makes me feel that Luffy deserved it. Unlike some other series where power-ups are given whenever the hero is in a bind. So the reason why Luffy got a power-up makes sense, but what about the strength of his power-up? Why was it so powerful? Well, Oda has an explanation for this as well, as it actually ties into the overall lore of the series. From the start of One Piece, we know that Luffy's devil fruit was one that the world government desperately wanted, which didn't make too much sense as we've seen other devil fruits that are arguably more cooler. For example, the Mera Mera no Mi, Ace's fruit, or the Tremor Tremor fruit, Whitebeard's fruit, or even the Yami Yami no Mi, Blackbeard's fruit. A fruit that I am still trying to figure out how Luffy will beat. All these fruits seem way stronger than a fruit whose sole purpose is to give the user properties of rubber. But this fruit has something no other fruit has. This fruit brings back Nika. Nika is a person that we don't know too much about so far, but we know that slaves worship him as the sun god, and the world government despises him. You see, Gear 5 allows the user to transform into Nika and gain his abilities, which explains the strength of the fruit because the Gomu Gomu no Mi is a mythical zone type devil fruit. I love how Oda did this power up, and personally it is my favorite power up in the series, and I'm extremely excited to see how Luffy can use his newfound power against upcoming enemies. Blackbeard. The next thing I want to talk about is bounties. And first off, I just want to say, why does the government even bother with these bounties anymore? At some point, all bounty hunters are just gonna look at Luffy's crazy freaking bounty and say, you know what? I'm good. That's all you, my man. And proceed to catch a few 100 berry men. Like, for real, after a pirate gets a bounty of about 100 million berries, at that point, the government should just be marking their reward as a lot and going on about their day. Cause there's no way someone is actually waking up and thinking, gee, I think I'll go hunt down Shanks today. Come on, let's be real. But I'm not dumb. These bounties are obviously used basically as a power scale, and I'm extremely excited to see Luffy's new bounty. It is possible that Luffy could receive the largest bounty for living pirates, above even Shanks. I am also excited to see Chopper's new bounty. Will the world government finally realize how crucial Chopper is to the crew? Or will they still think he is worth chunk change? We're going to be finding out in the next chapter, and you can bet I'm going to be screaming while reading them. Also, can we take a moment to talk about the Grim Reaper? After beating King, Zoro was looking death in the eyes, and I mean this in a literal sense, as he legit was looking at the Grim Reaper. Is this just a gag, or did something big happen here that we don't know about? Is it possible Zoro had this whole side story in the background, and maybe, just maybe, we find out what happened later? I mean, we still don't know why he only has one eye, and I just know that this will be crucial to something in the future, and there just isn't enough information to hypothesize about this yet. But what we can hypothesize about is whether or not Kaido and Big Mom are actually dead. I know it seems crazy to think that they are actually gone. Big Mom has been with us for so long now, and Kaido was supposed to be unkillable. But in all honesty, I don't see Oda returning these two characters. One, because I don't see what else they can offer to the story except drag it out. And two, he just doesn't have enough time. We're now extremely close to the end of the story, and by that I mean around 5 years. But the amount of loose ends that he needs to tie before the story ends is crazy. There's the Grim Reaper, Zoro's Eye, who Nika is, who Imu is, where's the One Piece, what is the One Piece, who is Rocks, and so many more that if I listed them in this video, it would go on for hours. I just hope Oda has all these written down so he doesn't forget to answer any of them. Overall, I think Wano was an insanely cool arc. It had crazy great fights, with my favorite being Luffy versus Kaido. It had a great storyline that was both emotional and engaging, and it tied heavily into previously established lore and information. This made for an enjoyable arc that is definitely top 3 for me. My favorite arc is still Marineford, because there isn't anything I would change about it. And one more thing, is anyone else crazy excited to find out what happened at the Reverie? It is no doubt going to be something that is going to make us go crazy. And think about all the lore that's going to be dropped on us. I'm excited to learn about who Nika is, and more importantly, I'm excited to learn about who Im is. It's crazy how we're over 1,000 chapters in, and we don't know the main big bad of the story. But guys, that's going to be all for the video today. So make sure to drop a like, make sure to drop a sub, and a comment, and I'll catch you guys later. And I'm going to be uploading videos way more frequently now, so I hope you guys enjoy. Deuces.